This is Fairview Point, where you can normally see thousands upon thousands of red sandstone goblins and hoodoos. Not today. The sun is coming up, but I'm nice and cozy in the Jeep with the diesel heater. I'm not ready to get out yet. There's a lovely desert view this morning out my Jeep door. Stay. Okay. Good morning, everyone, from a beautiful southern Utah in the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. It's a lovely morning. It's very sunny. If you're new to the channel, I'm Katie, that's Tuck, and we're on a pretty massive road trip. Do you want a frosted mini wheat? Yeah. Okay, hop in. Good boy. I don't know where we're going. As per usual, I don't really have a plan. I don't want to drive very much today though, so I think we're gonna go head toward the little town of Escalante and probably camp around there, and we're only like an hour drive from there, so not very far. We are gonna go across a really cool highway though. It's really cool. There's been some really recent rockfall there. Really recent. I don't think I'll ever get over just how amazing it is to be able to just casually drive through these amazing places on this planet. This is a nice Sunday drive. It's not Sunday. Well, I guess it could be. I don't know what day of the week it is. Not very far down the road, we have come upon a slot canyon. We're going to check it out. I know absolutely nothing about this canyon, except for that it's called Long Canyon because there was a sign that said Long Canyon. Look at this massive, massive cottonwood at the beginning of the canyon. I'm thinking that after a very short walk, we are at the end of the line. You eating? What are you eating? That water is going to be disgusting, little Tuck. Yeah. That is the end of the line. That was a very brief but way cool canyon. Hop in. Good boy. It was a little chilly in that canyon, significantly colder than in this wider canyon. The slot canyons just hold the cold. I was hoping for a significantly longer canyon just so that I could get the little monster there some exercise. We're on a really steep incline and I've got to keep my foot on the brake, but that's the canyon we just drove up from. This country is just mind-boggling. As we're driving our way through the staircases of Grand Staircase National Monument, you can see the different kinds of sandstone. We were in that very red, beautiful sandstone. Now we are in this incredibly beautiful white sandstone. You essentially drive up through the layers as you gain elevation. This is the section of highway I was talking about earlier that is just gorgeous. And I'll probably stop and fly the drone here and there, but there's power lines all the way down it. And I don't want to fly the drones so close to power lines when I'm not directly controlling the drone. When I run the drone driving down roads, it's on autopilot and it's following the vehicle. But I don't want it to be on autopilot near the power lines. This would probably be better if the sun weren't exactly in the wrong spot for getting this on film. We have made it to the small town of Escalante, Utah. And it's a cool little small town. I mean, there's nothing really here, but they have a really good burger place. I don't know if it's going to be open. And they have some really nice campgrounds, which almost certainly are not going to be open. But we aren't staying here. I just stopped to get some gas. You may have guessed by now that I'm familiar with this area, and I am. It is one of my favorite places to come. Escalante is a pretty small town, but it's pretty much geared toward outdoor stuff. You can get all the outdoor stuff you need here, and groceries and gas. And that's the burger place, and they're closed. But now we are headed out of town again and going to a road called the Hole in the Rock Road, which is just a cool dirt road with cool stuff on it. Hole in the Rock Road is a 50-mile road to a dead end. We're not going very far down this road, I don't think. Just far enough to find a decent campsite that's off of the main road and hopefully sunny. Okay, we have turned off the main road and I don't know where this road actually leads. So we're about to find out. Oh, this leads to a nice camp spot. This is camp. We have pretty nice views all the way around, wide open spaces. We have beautiful views over Grand Staircase, Escalante, and the surrounding awesomeness of southern Utah. I set up my solar panels and just sat down and had a snack, and they're already in the shade. They were in the sun. I'm thinking I may have to move the Jeep. Those juniper trees are shading a lot more than I thought they would. And I think that's it for today. I'm gonna move the Jeep into the sunnier spot, and then I'm gonna crawl in the Jeep and actually look at my stuff and make a plan for tomorrow. We're gonna do some fun stuff, I think. I'll see you in the morning. You want your breakfast? So it rained a lot last night, and I checked the weather forecast, and it's supposed to rain a lot today. And that means all of my plans are out the window. My original plans were to be driving down this 50-mile dirt road called Hole in the Rock, which is a gorgeous road in which you can't see anything today. And do a hike at the end that I have never done down to Lake Powell. I thought that would be really cool. So instead of exploring some wicked cool desert scenery, we're gonna drive. Good boy. I mean, it will be good to make some more progress south. But I had other plans for the day, but Mother Nature had her own plans. You doing good back there? Yeah. So I think this is going to turn into kind of just a driving video, which I know is not all that exciting, especially since we're driving through really cloudy territory that you can't see much. I keep waffling in my brain because I'm like, well, maybe it'll be just fine, and I can drive down there. I think that the main road is probably okay, but if we get off the main road, that's where we could get into trouble. And a lot of the cool stuff is off the main road. So, and at the end where it could be trouble if it's wet. Gotta stop waffling. You can't see anything out there. I think this is a good decision. I am not super bummed about not getting to explore down this road just because I've done it before. But I am bummed that I'm not going to get to show it to you guys. So I have explored this area before a number of times, and one of those times I did a video, and I will link it right up here. It was this time of year, and I went backpacking in freezing weather when I was not entirely prepared for backpacking in freezing weather. But it all worked out. And I do show you a bunch of the stuff that's down this road in that video. So if you would like to see this area, and it's a really cool area, go check out that video. Because I think this video is going to be kind of just driving a lot. This is very handy. They have dumpsters right at the end of the road. And stopping at the dumpsters makes me more sure that I'm making the correct decision, because the ground was a little smushy right there, a little muddy. It's getting rainier and foggier and colder. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with my decision to not do Hole in the Rock Road. And now we've got some legitimate noise-making rain. You can hear the noise splattering on the windshield. That's significant rain. And just as we're getting to the steep grade and sharp curves. Visibility just tanked. Cool. I can assure you the visibility in the GoPro is much better than the actual visibility in real life. Check out this cool resort with all of these domes. That looks like an awesome place to stay. And the reason we're seeing a resort is because we are about to enter Bryce Canyon National Park. And it's still really foggy. You're not allowed to walk dogs on any trails in the park, so we can't do much, but we can take a look at the overlooks, assuming that they're not completely socked in with fog. They might look kind of cool. Okay, we might not be able to see anything. There's a lot of fog, and we're getting higher in elevation, but we will carry on and see what we see. Okay. This is fun, doing a traffic circle in the fog.
Exit the traffic circle onto U-12 West. Continue for 500 feet.
I don't want to speak too soon, but the weather looks like it's clearing up. And there's a lot of people in the park today. I mean, not like summer numbers, but there's a lot of cars on the road. There is one main road through Bryce Canyon National Park, and what we're doing is heading to the end of the road and gonna stop and look at the viewpoint there, assuming we can see something, and then make our way back to the entrance, stopping along the way at the viewpoints. Welcome to Bryce Canyon. Here's the view from our very first overlook. It is sort of raining and snowing now, and yeah, our view is less than ideal, but I think there may be some spots with some better views lower in the canyon. The fog is so thick right here. You can just barely make out that there's a little bit of another cliff beyond those rocks. It does look quite surreal in all this foggy weather. Were you worried because I was gone for approximately 30 seconds? I realize it's a subjective thing, but we're getting a little more visibility a little lower down. You're such a good boy. Okay, further down the road. And a little bit further down the road, we can actually see a little bit here. I mean, the visibility is not awesome, but I can see a little bit more. This is Natural Bridge behind me, which is pretty cool even in this weather. Maybe even a little cooler than normal in this weather. Although I am hearing a lot of rockfall and seeing some rockfall because of the rain. But even cooler than the bridge is this raven. They have really big ravens in Bryce. This is Fairview Point, where you can normally see thousands upon thousands of red sandstone goblins and hoodoos. Not today. This is the opposite side of the road from the canyon, but you can actually see a little bit here in the distance. There was a pretty big wildfire here in 2009, and so you've got pretty large swaths of land where there's just standing dead trees, but it does look like it's regrowing nicely. I think it's getting even foggier as we head down the hill. Yeah, visibility's not really improving. Where those people are standing is probably the most famous overlook in the park. And this is the view today. I think that's about all we're gonna see in Bryce. Not a lot today. But that's okay. We saw something. We saw a bird. We are continuing the journey south. And my plan is to end up near Kanab, Utah today, which is a little west and south of where we are. And they have a dog park. I don't know if there'll be any dogs in the dog park, but they have a dog park. And this little guy really needs some doggy company for a little bit. I thought things would clear up a little bit in the afternoon, but no, it's way foggier. It's like pea soup. The weather's starting to clear up a bit as the elevation is getting lower and we're driving through Red Canyon. You can kind of see how Red Canyon got its name. Ooh, tunnel. And another tunnel. I like tunnels. We've turned off on a national forest road that seems pretty dry, as long as we don't go past this little camp spot here. I think it will be dry. I think this will do. My original plan was to make it all the way to Kanab, but that's still like an hour away and it's 4:30. You just getting in the fire pit, is that what we do now? Does this work for you? Yeah. Were you as tired of being in the car as I was? Yeah. That's not a bad camp spot. Really cool sandstone bluff right there. For dinner, I'm going to use up my leftover vegetable curry soup, but I'm going to gussy it up a little bit. And I'm just making this up a little bit. I read this on Reddit that if you toss onions with some salt and some lemon juice, which I have done here, and let it set for like 5 to 10 minutes, it kind of cuts down the intensity of the onion. I'm guessing the lemon kind of cooks the onion a little bit, like in ceviche. And I'm just interested to see how that turns out. Where did I put my stove in all of this? It's way down at the bottom. I am going to toast my bread before I start cooking up the soup. I wish I had garlic in here somewhere, but I don't think I do. I do have garlic powder. And while the soup is warming up, I'm gonna slice up a few sun-dried tomatoes because I think that'll be really good with this. I need to get some kind of fresh herb, like fresh parsley, keep fresh parsley or fresh cilantro around so to have a little something green to put on the top of my food just to make it look nicer. Some red pepper flakes. I think that is going to make a fantastic dinner. Make sure we get a bit of onion and sun-dried tomatoes. Yeah, that is definitely an improvement over just the plain soup. It's good. And I really like the onions with that little salt and lemon. Good call. I'm probably going to do that a lot from now on. Are you taking care of the bowl? Making sure the dishes are clean? You think I'm going to give you my bowl of soup? I am not. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. The sun has fallen below the horizon, and we have this crazy full moon rising above the sandstone rock formations. How awesome is that? Are you ready for bed? You don't look ready for bed. What if I open the door, though? Well, maybe. Do you think it's acceptable for it to be bedtime? Do you think so? This drawer gets more and more difficult to close every day. I need to realign some stuff. Well, guys, we're going to continue down the road toward Kanab in the morning. Oh, he is raring to go this morning. The sun hasn't made it up above the horizon yet, but we've got lovely sunrise colors. And you are full of stuff and nonsense this morning. Yeah? You want your breakfast? We're giving you your food ball so that it can occupy your time for a little bit. Yeah. Here you go. Try not to lose it in the sagebrush. That's fortunately not too far back in the sagebrush. It was pretty easy to find. All right, I'm all packed up. And the skies are a little clearer today. And I'm not that far from Bryce. So I think I'm going to head back into Bryce and see if we can see anything today. I would love to show you what Bryce actually looks like. So we're going to pop back over there real quick. Good boy. You are such a good boy. You want another one? Yeah, you want another one? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. I'm so glad you could see it today. I mean, this is only a small portion, but you get the idea. It all looks like this for miles. It would take 3 or 4 hours to drive to all the overlooks again, so we're not doing that, but I'm glad I was able to show you guys a little bit of Bryce Canyon. Bryce Canyon is the Claron Formation, which is the very youngest sandstone formation in the area. We're really high in elevation, and the sandstone layers go down and down and down all the way to nearly the bottom of the Grand Canyon. The main lodge in Bryce is closed for the winter, but there's this pizzeria open. It is morning and I don't want pizza, but apparently they have coffee and pastries and such. I got coffee and a muffin. I'm very happy. One more stop in the park because I wanted a nice view to eat my muffin. This is not your muffin. You can have some. It's a warm blueberry muffin. I am not displeased. They actually had a pretty nice selection of pastries and such for a national park. I mean, usually national park food's pretty mediocre. They had decent stuff. It's kind of a boring drive between Bryce and Kanab. Or maybe I'm just a little spoiled when it comes to what I think of as exciting scenery. That's probably it. The landscape starts to get a lot more interesting the closer we get to Kanab. Welcome to Kanab. Kanab is just a small little town plunked down in some of the most gorgeous territory on earth, and they have a dog park. So mission one is go see if there's some dogs at the dog park. Well, this is a kind of a little bit of a sad dog park, and there's nobody here. But maybe if we hang out a little bit, somebody will show up. He does love his squeaky football. No luck on other critters for him to play with. One thing I've been noticing around town, and as I was coming into town, is that the roads are really wet. Like the dirt roads that I would be taking back somewhere to camp. They're quite wet. And I need to do laundry really badly and really could use a shower, which are things that are all available here in Kanab. But I've decided to get a hotel. I checked my frequent flyer miles and I've still got enough to get a hotel here and then probably one more down the road. But with the condition of the roads here, I don't want to be driving back dirt roads until it's had a little bit of time to dry out. I was able to book the Holiday Inn Express, and the really cool thing about Kanab is pretty much all of the hotels are dog friendly. And that's because the Best Friends Animal Sanctuary is just outside of Kanab. And it's a world famous dog, cat, farm animal sanctuary. Mostly dogs. They're mostly famous for taking in Michael Vick's dogs. And it's made Kanab a really, really dog-friendly town. So we've got a dog-friendly hotel. And hopefully there'll be some more dogs at the dog park because he needs friends. Hey guys, I totally forgot what I was doing. I got to my hotel room and I was just like, shower. That's amazing. And now it's like 8 o'clock. And I just forgot that I was filming stuff. Where did we leave off? Probably at the dog park? Was I leaving the dog park? I think I was leaving the dog park. We actually left the dog park and went to the pet store and got the little guy some chew thingies. And he is currently passed out, which is lovely. And then we went back to the dog park and there was one dog who played with him for like 5 minutes and that's it. It was unsatisfying. I'm hoping there will be dogs at the dog park tomorrow morning. And I've packed it in, man. I'm sitting here in my hotel room working on editing. And guys, I think that's it for tonight. And I think that's it for this video. What do we do? What have I done like the last 3 days? I've been driving. We went to Bryce and didn't see much. But you know what? Sometimes that's just the way it goes on the road. You just have to deal with the conditions you get when you get there. But yeah, I think that's it. And I want to thank all of you guys for coming along with me. It's amazing that you're coming along with me. And hopefully next video will be a little more exciting and we'll see you down the road.